Win over struggling Leeds. Harry Wilson was one of the goal scorers, and he's talking to Des Kelly.
Harry, a good win, but a nervy ending, shall we say?
Yeah, it was a bit nervy towards the end. I think once they got that goal with, was it 15, 20 minutes to go, it was always going to be tough, but yeah, the lads hung on, and it's a massive 3 points for us.
And you're on fire in front of goal. That's a lovely goal tonight.
Yeah, it felt lovely for me. I think it was a good team move. I think it came back off the keeper, and it just sat up nicely for me. So it was all about getting some good connection on it. Thankfully, I've done that.
We talked about being ruthless against a team who are having their own troubles. You did that today in the second half, I think. It took a while.
Yeah, in the first half, I think we played some nice stuff up until the last third, but that final pass wasn't always there. I think there was one on the counter-attack where I should have played AP and it didn't quite get there, so there was a few of them moments. But yeah, in the second half, we continued to create, and thankfully we managed to get 2 goals.
Yeah, and with a sense of relief, no doubt. As Harry mentioned, it was quite a nervy finish for Fulham, but much needed.
Yeah, it was a nervy finish, but I still don't think Leeds created too much, if I'm honest. But again, we spoke about it at half-time. We said about how would Leeds come out that second half. Would there be a reaction after previous fixtures? And there wasn't. Fulham came out, they were the better side, got the 2 goals, and it was a mountain to climb for Leeds. They got 1 back, but in the end, Fulham were comfortable for me.
Let's have a look at that emphatic finish then at the far post from Harry Wilson, Steve.
Yeah, and you can pick holes in both of the goals. Certainly defensively, Leeds in the second half of recent games have been poor, and they get caught again here. They've got enough bodies back, but I don't know what the communication's like between the keeper and Wolby, the left back. But there doesn't seem to be much trouble. Harry Wilson's just lingering at the far post. But as you see all the Leeds shirts, there's plenty there, but it just turns into he doesn't talk to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper parries it into no man's land. And, Harry Wilson has got a lovely left foot, falls him nicely, controls it really well. And once he hits the shot with that kind of power, there's no chance the goalkeeper's going to get it. And unfortunately, it was just quite a sloppy goal, wasn't it, for Leeds to concede?
Yeah.
A bit like this one.
Yeah, and this from Andres Pereira, probably one of the easiest goals he'll score.
Yeah, driving forward. But you look at him there, look at Rocker. He's at fault. Them two are engaged. He doesn't once check his shoulder, completely leaves him. And in the end, it's a good finish from Pereira. I mean, he doesn't do anything particularly complicated. He just runs straight. Him and Rocker are together. Rocker completely leaves him. He's determined to get himself in the box. Poor goalkeeping again. I don't know where he's parrying that. But Pereira's lucky because he gets himself in the box, right in the middle of the 6-yard box. He gets his rewards and taps it in the empty net.
I mean, once you parry it into no man's land, then it's 50-50, isn't it? You're either going to clear it or someone's going to smash it into the back of the net. And that's the only thing you would say about it. Melia made a really good save from a free kick later on. But those 2 goals, when you look at them, they're not great, are they, on the goalkeeper? One, he's parrying blind into no man's land. And that second one, he did nothing, really.
It leaves Leeds teetering above the relegation zone.
Yeah.
I mean, that gap is still only 2.
Yeah.
Which means, because the teams below them are all playing shortly, they could end the day in the bottom 3. How concerned are you right now with the way they're playing and the way they're defending?
Both. They're not making enough chances. Even the goal was you'd say slightly fortunate goal, was an own goal from Paulinho, so that says it all, I think. Defensively, they're not keeping clean. This is where the hard work starts, because they concede goals in the second half. They conceded 2 today. They've eventually lost the game where they may feel they should have got something from. And, that shows the sign of a poor team at the minute and lacking in confidence. Once they got the goal back and it was 2-1, you thought it'd be a frantic 10, 15 minutes with the injury time. There was nothing, was there? They didn't make a chance. They didn't make a shot on target. So it all petered out into quite nothing, really, and that's the disappointing.
So half-time at Craven Cottage, Fulham 0, Leeds 0. What did you make of that then, Steve?
Why are you laughing, Manish?
Yeah, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing, I'm smiling.
Of course, it wasn't a great watch, was it? There was not a lot of chances, a couple of free kicks. But I think Leeds will be relatively happy. We spoke about them going there, making the game ugly to a certain extent, no errors, get out of Craven Cottage with the results of sorts. So they're halfway there, but it hasn't been a classic whatsoever. It's been quite a mundane game, like unfortunately some of them are. If
you're a Leeds fan, considering your predicament, you want to make sure you've at least kept a clean sheet after 45 minutes. But Darren, that's not, I suppose, Leeds' problems at the minute.
No, it's not. And again, I guess the game today has been quite subdued first half, but we've seen previous results. They've done reasonably well in the first half, but it's about their capitulation in the second half now. That'll be in the back of the players' minds, that's for sure.
Do you think so?
Yeah, there'd have been a conversation throughout the week as well. It can't keep happening. So I think the first half, they're in the game. not particularly playing well, but Fulham have not really offered anything. But it is about leaving Craven Cottage with a result of some sort. So the second half performances have to be better than they have been.
Both goalkeepers have been called into action. Mark Rocker had a free kick. Pretty well saved in the end, comfortable effort.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was a nice hit from him, wasn't it, on his left foot, but he's gone around the wall exactly where the goalkeeper is. It's not gone over the wall, as you can clearly see. Leno's got a good view of it. Simple enough save. Nice hit from Rocker, of course. It's really, really easy enough for the goalie.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good hit, but, I mean, if I guess you're the home side and that's your best opportunity. Leeds, as an away team, that's probably the one thing you'd say you would have liked to have tested Bert Leno a little bit more. They haven't. But the main thing is, as you said there earlier, Manish, the clean sheet at the minute. But they've got to come out this second half with a different attitude.
You could say the biggest talking point was this curious incident. There's a back pass to Bernd Leno in the Fulham goal, who then proceeded to pick up the ball without any fuss from either sets of players or fans. But the eagle-eyed assistant, we have been told, was in communication with the referee, and there was a deflection off the Leeds player.
Yeah, to be honest, I was watching the game and I knew there was a deflection off Rodrigo's foot, so I could have told you that, Manish.
You were incandescent with rage.
So that's why the goalie clearly picked the ball up, because it touched Rodrigo's left stud on his boot, so it was fine. Yeah, it was fine.
Eagle-eyed Macca.
Yeah.
Which of the managers will be happier?
Javi Gracia, I think. I think if you're Marco Silva and you're looking at Fulham, you're the home team, haven't really offered anything. A couple of shots from the outside of the box. We even spoke about at the start of the game about Liam Cooper's involvement. Well, he's had a couple of key blocks there. William cut and smashed one. He put his body on the line, and I think you need players of that ilk, that kind of quality, in games like this. So I think if you're Javi Gracia, I think you're happy. But again, as I've said numerous occasions, it's about the second half performance.
Yeah, we did get a glimpse of Alexander Mitrovic in the stands. He's serving the 4 of his 8-match ban, but Di Cordova-Reid is there in his place. How's he done for you?
Well, he's been OK. I mean, Wilson, Willian, Pereira, they've tried to knock the ball around, but at the moment, because everybody's full of energy, it's the first half, you know, Leeds have been able to snuff everything out. As Benty said, and as we all know, in the second half, when the bit of fatigue sets in, when people like Cooper, who haven't played a lot of games this year, when they start to tire, normally that's when the mistakes start to happen. And when that happens, normally it means chances. So Leeds conceded 4 against Palace. They conceded 4 against Liverpool. This is where the hard work starts. First half is normally OK, because everybody's full of energy. Everybody knows the reasons. Second half, after this 15-minute break, after the telling off or a telling by the manager, now you judge players how they come out in the second half.
But Javi Gracia will know there'll be a reaction from Fulham, because they're the home side. They're the one who have had a better season than Leeds, and they've offered nothing. So he'll be disappointed at the impact that they've made. So you'd expect, if you're in that Leeds dressing room, there to be an impact from Fulham coming into the second half.
جاء في مقال منشور على موقع الكوتي.com هويلاند هداف الدنمارك الواعد الملقب بهالاند الجديد. صاد ضاموس هويلاند بأهداف ال5 التي سجلها في آخر مباراة مع منتخب بلاده بعد أن أتم عامه 20 أحد أهم اللاعبين الواعدين، إذ يهدد بكسر كل الأرقام القياسية مع الدنمارك. وخاض هويلاند مباراته الأولى مع الدنمارك في الخريف الماضي، حين حل بديلا في مواجهة كرواتيا ولم يسجل، وتكرر الأمر بحذافيره في مواجهة فرنسا، لكنه عاد وسجل بالثلاثية الخميس الماضي أمام فنلندا، ثم سجل الثنائية الأخرى أمام كازاخستان الذي حقق مفاجأة وفاز ب3-2 في النهاية. وفي إيطاليا التي يشبهونه فيها بالنرويجي إيلاند هالاند، سجل نجم أتلانتا 7 أهداف. وذكر هويلاند البعض بمهاجم هيلاس فيرونا في حقبة الثمانينيات الدنماركي بيرن كين لارسن، الذي قاد فريقه للتتويج بلقب الدوري في 1985. أسرع تكتيك.